And if we see the annual day that we had, the annual day, and we have shown that annual day even on satellite channel, moment we showed on the satellite channel the annual day of our children performing, we got applications from different parts of the world that we too want to open a similar school. Now, just a few months back, we had another annual day, which the cassette hasn't been released. It is 10 times better than the first one. And alhamdulillah, there if you analyze, it was for 5 hours. And only the children performed. No adult, no teacher even spoke a word. All the children from nursery to standard 5, they performed. And even they themselves were the compare. They compared the program professionally. MashaAllah, they were the compares. They handled everything. Not a single teacher even spoke a word. No one spoke. For 5 hours, without a break, the audience was glued to the seat. Glued. 5 hours, imagine. Our children, from the age of 3.5 to 11.5, they glued the audience for 5 hours, mashallah. And what we did not spend a great deal of time. We hardly trained them for 3 to 4 weeks, that's it. And in the first week, it was 2 hours a day. Second week was 3 hours a day, then half a day. Last week was 3/4 a day. So they lost about 2 weeks of the school on an average, 9 working days. But we saw to it that we got professionals. We had professional choreographers. Whatever Islamic steps that we had taken. And when we had the show, we had a Dawa conference, an international Dawa conference, where our students, mashallah, as I mentioned earlier, the Dawa conference was started by the recitation of Sheikh Sudesh. So one of the students dressed up as Sheikh Sudesh. Then we had Dr. Isfar Ahmad giving a speech in Urdu. Then we had Bilal Phillips coming. Then other speakers, Brother Abdul Rahim Green. Then there was a person like Sheikh Ahmad Didad. Then my son dressed up like Dr. Zakir Naik. The point to be noted was that we had professional people to do makeup from the film industry. And the person who had done, if you know about Amitabh Bachchan, who had done the beard for Amitabh Bachchan in Shahenshah. You know? Shahenshah, though we don't encourage people seeing movies, but I was told that the person who did the beard for Amitabh Bachchan in Shahenshah, he was a Muslim, he happened to be my friend. So we had them, mashallah. And the makeup, if you see, I doubt you might have seen anywhere else, that young children of the age of 10 years, 11 years, the way they performed. And my son, he copied the speech, 5-minute section of my speech which I gave in London last year. When I'd come in December for the Global Unity of Peace, the talk I gave at the Excel Theatre. And mashallah, you see same type of beard, same cap, same coat, the actions. So the teachers trained them. The gestures, the way they walk, the way they come to the mic, the way they adjust the microphone, everything. Similarly with all the other speakers. If the speaker sits and speaks, our children also sat and spoke. And there were various skits. So if you see the drama, if you see the full 5 hours, you find children right from the age of 3.5 to about 11.5 performing. And there was one section where a person speaking the various languages we teach in our school. English, Arabic, Marathi, Hindi, Urdu. You could see in the skit that our children, mashallah, are so fluent in all these languages that really impresses the people. But one thing you realize, that we should believe in professionalism.